Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. In this video, let's quickly go through the changelog of TypeScript 5.0. Actually, the newest version is 5.1. Yeah, we haven't touched 5.0 yet, so let's take a look at today. The most important updates about 5.0 is decorators. I think like 5 years ago, I've touched the decorators, like to annotate the React component in our code base so that it could like do some fancy stuff. Basically, what I did is split it into two components, make it like yeah, split it into two, decorate off so that it's easier for like code splitting and also doing those skeleton screen stuff. It's super powerful actually, the decorators, but it's quite complex. That's why it is still not ready in ECMAScript, which is JavaScript, yet. We'll see how powerful it is in this example from the TypeScript changelog. So we have this like a class, and this is a greet. Obviously, we could call it the greet, and it lock with this, lock the name from this keyword. Um, yeah, and there are some other logs, but this function we want let it put it in like a bunch of classes, not in only the class of person. How we can do it? Well, you could just create a basically you could create a base class and extend it, or just create a class and assign it with this method. It will work, but none of them are like elegant. Now with this annotation, it will be pretty cool. Is that yeah? This is how we can annotate it with these decorators. Well, we can decorate it. So if we ignore this part, it's just a normal class with this grid. And now for this grid itself, it has this kind of this is the intrinsic logic. We want to log this method, but obviously we cannot just change it because you're right that's not how it works. Um, so what we want is actually like somehow wrap this method and with this extra behavior, that is what decorate for. So if we create a function like this, and this is the original method, and this is some context, and then we will return a new function. In this function, you can see that here we will call the original method, and we also get this, and then we get the result. And also before it, we uh, had this lock, and after it, we had this lock, which is the same as we want to achieve like this. And you can see that, so from the code like this, we didn't touch the alter the behavior of the original method, but we wrap it, right? Added an extra behavior with elegant this add notation. Is quite quite cool, right? You can think of like other than this, we could just send the logs directly to server, which we can use like do something. I think somehow to some backend technologies like Java. I don't remember exactly. I only remember in the Java code there's a lot of annotations like this. Also you can create some decorators log error. Like when it is error, you can try catch here. If this error wasn't fallback or something. Even for the server components, actually, you remember we use the directive use client or use server. I think it's pretty like straightforward or natural to use decorators for that kind of stuff. Also, for the context actually. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, here, yeah. For the context, will give us. Oh yeah. Wait. For this decorator, it's just a normal function. When it's called, it depends. But this function itself, it doesn't know where it is called, right? For these decorators could be used to decorate a class method or object property or anything else. You need to tell where the context information. That is why it accepts the second context argument. In this case, it is used to decorate the object property, no, class property. So yeah, here, class method decorator context. and you can get the name, which is the original name, which is greet. So you can get the greet here, and also the context would also oh here. Wait a minute. Oh, add initializer. So oh yeah, this is the example here. Usually, wait a minute. This is a common case, right? We can use this notation greet equals this, so that the this keyword for this function won't change forever. Yeah, you can just call it like this. Uh, this will compile to like if it is not native supported, you will compile it to a set under constructor like this the greet equals this arrow function call. Cool. Now we can create a bound decorator. This is the original method, and also this is the context. So we can just create a normal class method like this, but we add bounded. Um, Ignore this for now. If we use bound, you can see what it is. It will call this add initializer. Yeah, this is what we actually would will be compiled under the constructor. You can see the method name is the context name, which is agree, and then this bind this. Pretty powerful, right? So we don't need like we don't need some Babel plugin to support this new syntax. This is like a decorator syntax which opens the infinite possibilities we can do about the syntax, about the existing code. And also, these decorators could be chained up. This grid will be decorated by this lock method first, and then it will be bound. Uh, Pretty useful. Yeah, you can also write it something like this. I love it actually, but maybe we could just start create some um, utils. Yeah, I'll try to create some useful utils. Like what? Like for example, for memo, I think we could just use this memo, right? We can define a component and we just memo it, right? Yeah, yeah. Like add memo or add pure, something like this. Wow, it's super powerful. I think I'll start shipping some decorators. Cool. And also these decorators accept the arguments. You can see that here, if we have this argument, we can slightly change the behavior of this one. Well, this is because this is normal function. It will return the function, but we can um, like yeah, we can read the arguments and change the behavior a little bit. Cool. And for legacy decorators, we can just skip it. Yeah, writing well typed. Not really because initially simple. Yeah, typing fairly complex. A well version of lock method might be lock method this. Wow. Okay. Lock method. Oh yeah, this is actually the generic args return this. Okay, yeah, uh, this is for typing the this object this keyword for the function. This is return. Well, it looks complex, but yeah. Another one is const. It's a minor change, I think. So this is an example. So we have a function called getName is exactly. This is generic. Extends has name, yeah, and then the args is t and t names. We return the names. So now we call it against this string array. What do we get? It will get a string array. Obviously, if we want to fix this, we actually use add const. Yeah, as const. I think this is a common trick. It means that this array won't change. The TypeScript cannot like narrow it down to these three string literal is because this array we cannot assure that this array won't change during in the runtime, right? So yeah, you can only say it is a string. Um, but if we use it as a const, then it won't change. So TypeScript will be safe. Will be sure that we will get the read only. This one, it won't change. Cool. So rather than add constant, it's kind of like a syntax hack. We can use a const now. So if we define a function like this, a t, we will say that the t is const. It won't change. It's read only. So when we call it again, this will be mapped to a const t, a const. Yeah, this one, so it won't change, and the TypeScript will be creative enough to return the read only like this. Hmm, interesting. Cool. And here is something. If we define function like this, const t equals string, but we call it against this, still it will be read only. Why? It's because here it's string. It's not read only. Um, so if we're assigning something, uh, even if we set const here, this one cannot it cannot be assigned to string. So it will use a string as a fallback. Yeah. So if we want to fix it, we want it to like say extend to read only string. So do we need to use const here? Let me check. There's a playground. It's to me looks to me that we don't need this const here. Let's see what it returns. Oh, string, yeah. So we've already assigned it to like use this read-only string. Oh yeah, because this is string. Actually, I'm sorry. This is a string, so it will be treated as a string. Cool. You must say this is string. The array cannot be changed. Then it can be yeah read-only. Cool. Right. Let's go. Let's continue. Multiple configuration files and extents. Yeah, this is especially useful if you're using some monorepo, and for a lot of repo, you want to use one or a few a TypeScript config file. Then here now you can extend multiple of them in this order. Like C will be overriding B. Cool. This is pretty cool. All enums are union enums. Oh, this is some legacy tricky stuff. So this one is actually the initial enum version. It just use like some numbers and stuff, and then it will and later introduce this union enum. So color is actually a union of red, orange, yellow, because they are union. If you define something like this, TypeScript be clever enough. If like say is color red, it cannot be equal to color red and the color green at the same time, so it will fail. Um, and this new version will unify them, so all enums now are union enums. So this is kind of internal improvement. We don't need to worry too much. Module resolution bundler. Um, for an ECMAScript module in Node.js, we need to name it MJS. Yeah, this is some tricky stuff between CommonJS and ECMAScript module resolution, and also in TypeScript, that's its own resolution algorithm. I think I'll spend another episode figuring it out by myself. Actually, this is way complex. I don't remember all of them, actually. Anyway, so this is kind of works, but for Bundler, right? For us writing code, we usually want this kind of thing. We don't want to define use a different file extension for this one. So you have this bundler. I think for Vite, I tried last time. It used the bundler internally. Cool. Resolution customs flags, a lot important. Yeah, this is some flags. Okay, it doesn't matter. What is this? Allow arbitrary extensions. Any extension is known. The format will look for a declaration file for yeah. For example, yeah, if we are using a CSS loader for this, TypeScript was searching for this the css.ts. By default, Oh, we can suppress the errors. Cool. Got some conditions. Anyway, verbatim module syntax. If we import something like this, because the car is just a type, TypeScript will erase it. But this will lead some to the issues, like if there are some side effects in this car module, TypeScript cannot tell if it could be removed or not. So and now, if you can tell TypeScript that it's safe to, we are only import the types. So if you are import at this type here, like I think this is similar to float. What it float does, import type here, then this will be dropped. Yeah, TypeScript will say, okay, you're using it for type. Yeah, this will be erased entirely. Type C, these two will be entirely erased. Is equal to like this, and this type will be erased, but there will might be. Oh, I see. This one it says like we only import the types, so it will be erased. But this is like internal types inside, it will be erased, but the import will be kept so that the side effects could be kept. But it's quite confusing, right? I think I think this says, oh, this one could be fixed. Um, I think it's there's some flags like this will raise errors something. Yeah, yeah. Under this flag, ECMAScript imports and exports won't be written require calls. Oh yeah, when you set a file extension, play a different module system. So if we do something like this, yeah, it's the same. Export module export. Huh? What? Word module verbatim module syntax. It's something different. Right, let's see. Oh. Oh yeah, if we use this one, it says any imports or exports without a type modifiers are left around. Anything that use a type modifier is dropped entirely. Oh yeah, yeah, cool. Support for export type. This should work, but it didn't work before. So yeah, satisfies. Yeah, support in JStock. We've covered it in 4.9 about satisfied. Now we can use satisfies in JStock. Recently, there is a trend like using JavaScript with JStock. Kind of like it, but it's really very variables. Cool. And overload, yeah. If you were using TypeScript, it just works for us. But if in JStock, you need to like define such things. Pretty crazy. And some other like build flags. Uh-huh. And this is an editor improvement. Yeah, it will just create a boilet for us. Cool. Yeah, that's it for 5.0. Nothing too fancy. The most important thing is decorators. I think it will be super cool feature. So if you have some ideas, just start shipping some modules. Cool. See you next time. Bye.